Hi and welcome, Kat from Sacred Soul Rising. So today I want to take you on a journey that will give you a deeper inner standing at a soul level. This journey is a journey that if you are on the twin flame journey, you will recognize, and it is going to give you a deeper inner standing of what you must do on the journey to really shift your journey and to move it into that union and oneness frequency. He came back the same night that she let go. She let go in a way that she had never let go before. You see, for days, weeks, months, she'd been hoping, waiting, praying, trying to do everything that she had discovered through searching, discovered in desperation. She'd stopped reading the messages. She'd stopped looking at the pictures. She'd stopped overthinking and running the story over and over through her brain. It had left her broken on the floor. It had left her in absolute despair and frustrated, until one night she raised her hands up. She didn't even know what she was raising her hands to, but it felt like heaven. It felt like God. You see, that night something cracked deep inside of her, an explosion, but not from a place of victim, not from a place of feeling broken, but from a place of clarity, from a place of deep wisdom at a soul level. She realized that she was still stuck in the story. She realized she was still trying to fix and do and create, listening to things over and over again, wanting him to show up, wanting him to save her, wanting him, until one day she realized that the only way she was ever going to shift was when she stopped trying to change the journey, and she started to nurture herself from a place of I am, and everything shifted inside. You see, in that shift, she realized that she could feel all those core wounds. She gave herself permission to feel into each one of the core wounds. She sat with the abandonment. She sat with the betrayal. She sat with the need of validation that she was on some journey, that it just wasn't a soulmate. She sat with all the feelings, and all the feelings rose. But then she heard the whisper from her soul that it is you. This journey is about you reclaiming your power. This journey is about realizing that you no longer need to search outside of yourself. That actually, the only person that was ever abandoning you was yourself. You see, in that energy, she reclaimed. She called back her power. She called back her light. And it changed. It changed her frequency. It changed her energy. Everything started to change. She was no longer holding up the false mask. She was no longer doing what was expected of her. She realized that actually this was her gift. She could live wherever she wanted to live. She could create from a place of creation. That night when she raised her hands up, instead of feeling broken on the floor, instead of feeling like the victim to the journey, she called back her power. And in calling back her power, in calling back her light, he came back. He showed up with his energy, with openness, without a pull. She didn't need him anymore. She only needed herself. She didn't need another for her safety, her security. All she needed was her light, was her power. You see, the paradox of the journey is when you let go, when you release, when you align with each one of your chakras, your life force portals, and you start to self-master, you start to alchemize that lower frequency, you align with your purpose, your passion. When you start to speak your authentic truth, not just out to the world, but to yourself, that is when the journey changes. When you stop trying to fix anything that is outside of you, when you realize nothing is outside of you, and actually your twin flame is not separate to you, it is you. That is when the journey changes. That is when she called back her power, and in calling back her power, divine masculine magnetized in on a soul frequency. And that is the paradox of the beautiful journey. You see, you always believe that you are searching for the masculine, but really, you are only going within to find what has always been within you. I hope this helps for anybody who is on the journey. Helping you understand this journey from a deeper soul level is my passion. If you need more help and support, my website's there. It's there to support you through the journey, to give you the A to Z of the journey. So you no longer have to worry, you no longer have to stay in pain. You understand each step of the journey and what you need to do. It's all there on my website. If you need more help and support, sacredsoulrising.com. I send you much love. Have a blessed day.